Everybody is looking at the Nvidias and the AMDs, and they're missing a critical component when it comes to AI. Now, hear me out for a second. I'm not talking about energy. We know AI needs that. I'm not talking about cooling. We know AI needs that. And I'm not talking about the chips. We know AI needs that. Those are going to be on the front pages. But it's the thing underneath all of those. So all of those need one component to operate. And nobody talks about it, and they don't get the headlines. But all of these companies I'm going to talk about today, which are three, are outperforming the market and the ETF as well. So before we get into it, man, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and share this with somebody. Help us get this video to 2,000 likes, y'all. I promise you, this is going to be one of the ones that's going to change your perspective on this whole AI game. Let's go. I get it. Everybody's talking about Nvidia and AMD and Micron and the data centers, but nobody's talking about what those things depend on. Now, before I get into that, I want to walk back for a second and make us think about something. During the dot-com bubble, everybody thought about internets, and then they thought about websites, right? But nobody thought about the fiber optics that were needed. And that's where the money was. Think about the gold rush. Everybody focused on gold, and nobody focused on the picks and shovels. That's where the money was. Well, here we are again with AI, and everybody's focusing on data centers. Everybody is focusing on chip design. Everybody is focusing on energy, but nobody is focusing on copper. That's right. Nobody is focusing on copper. That's the infrastructure that's needed for AI. Because AI doesn't just run on chips alone. Every server needs this copper. Every data center needs the copper. Every power system needs the copper. Every cooling system needs the copper. Every chip needs the copper. And every cable that's running through that needs the copper. And so before we get into the first company I want to talk about, I want to give you a situation that you understand. Now, copper is needed, but right now, we're in what's called a structural deficit. We are short about 330 tons of copper. That's right, y'all. 330 tons of copper, which means it now becomes sacred almost. If you believe in AI, you got to believe in copper. And so why wouldn't you partner with it? Because copper isn't something you can just find, right? It isn't something you just produce. And so it takes years to discover, it takes years to permit, and it takes years to build. You can take anywhere between 7 to 15 years to even get that build out going. And we know that AI is right now. Copper is slow. AI demand is fast. And so it needs to be taken care of right now. Now, let's talk about how it's positioned with the Strait of Hormuz. Think about this for a second. 33% of sulfur comes from the Middle East. The Middle East is now being shut down because the Strait of Hormuz being blocked off. Well, why does that make sense? Well, sulfur is used for two reasons. Number one, you get what's called sulfuric acid, and that's used for silicone wafer cleaning. Now, the silicone wafer cleaning is essentially what's needed to clean out the silicone. Just clean out the wafers before the chips are put in. They use the sulfuric acid, and they use what's called hydrogen peroxide to get a really, really good clean, because that has to be a great space for the chips to go in. The second reason for the sulfuric acid is because you use that to get copper. Well, what happens is miners take the copper rocks, stack them on top of each other. Once they stack them on top of each other, they spray it with the sulfuric acid. Once they spray it with the sulfuric acid, the rocks, then you can see the copper come out of it. Then the copper goes into this solution. Solution then comes together. Then that whole process takes place. So let me go back a little bit further with that. The next thing that happens is from there, now you have all of the companies who are producing chips, they need copper, which is coming from Taiwan. Taiwan produces about 90% of all chips. Well, Taiwan uses the Strait of Hormuz as well. Well, if they can't get sulfur, then how can they get the copper? Well, let's go a little further with that so we can tie all those things in. Before I get to the three companies that I want to talk about, there's another thing called helium that's tied into this. And so the helium is also, you get another 30% of that helium from where? The Middle East as well. So now you have a lot of things that's jammed up in this Middle East, and the only thing people talking about right now is oil. Now, let's go a little further. If you have a sulfur shortage, you then have a copper shortage, but then also you have a helium shortage, so then you can have a chip shortage. Nah, in case you think I'm saying that it's not going to be produced at all, that's not what I'm saying. Because the data shows that China produces about 19 million tons of sulfur. The United States only produces about 8 tons of sulfur. And then Canada produces about 5. And everything else is coming from the Middle East. You also have Russia in there as well. But the Middle East becomes the major player. Now, why that gets more intense is because these companies are the demand for AI is so strong and you can't produce any of the AI without the copper. So now I want to get into the 3 companies that's going to be strategic and important for you to look at, because if you like AI and if you believe in AI, you got to also say, I want to buy copper as well. Copper should be a part of your portfolio. Now, the first company I want us to look at is Freeport-McMoRan, ticker symbol FCX. And the reason why I want us to look at that, because they are the largest player in the copper space. Now, they control what's called the Grasberg mine in Indonesia, one of the largest copper and gold deposits in the world. But they also have major operations in Arizona, which is in the US, Peru, and Chile. This matters because they aren't just focused on one region, they actually focus on global supply, and that's what puts them in a top tier. I want you to think about that for another reason, because they are the big dog. And so when we focus on the big dog, we understand how the game can be played. Like I always say, leaders lead. Now, the company is up 17.7% year to date, which means they've been dominant just through the first quarter of the year. What do you think happens as you see more chip companies start to flare up, more memory starts to go, because memory needs copper as well? The more we see memory and the more we see AI demand push forward, we're going to see companies like Freeport-McMoRan steadily gain great momentum. Now, it won't be a high flyer, right? But it'll definitely, because it's a need, it's definitely going to perform really well, and it definitely could have a place inside of your portfolio. Next on the list is none other than Southern Copper. That's right, ticker symbol SCCO. Now, the reason why they're second on my list, because I consider them like the Walmart of copper, right? This is where it kind of gets crazy at. Now, they have what's called low cost dominance, meaning they are one of the lowest cost producers globally of copper, and they have reserves in Peru and Mexico. And they can stay profitable even when other companies get wiped out. Like, again, we're in what's called a structural deficit, where copper supply is slow, and you don't just create copper tomorrow. It takes years to discover it. You need years for permit and years for the build out. Well, while companies are trying to develop that, you have companies like Southern Copper that can say, hey, we're not as high as Freeport-McMoRan, but we can give you what you need in a timely manner. Now, let's stop for a second and think about this. Chile, which is one of the world's largest sulfuric acid suppliers, are actually saying they're going to have a shortage, right? Now, think about this. China's sulfuric acid supply from them fell by 17%. Think about this. Why would it fall by 17% in a time like this when it's at an all-time high? Because things are getting jammed up. And the more demand goes, now you're going to see some other places and some other components really spike up. And when these shortages happen, what that means? Supply and demand, right? So that you're going to see these copper prices go up. And as these copper prices go up, you should pay attention to these companies. So when you're looking at the stock market, I want you to look at gold for sure, silver for sure, and I want you to look at copper. This is something we've looked at in my Patreon for a while. Pay attention to copper. It is essential for this AI demand, y'all. I promise y'all. Now, the third company I want you to look at is Teck Resources, ticker symbol TECK. Now, this company here has been kind of like a copper growth story. And I know that's kind of hard to say. Copper and growth don't even go in the same system, but it does. Well, this company is actually making a strategic pivot. And it's pivoting because it understands the importance of this copper play. Now, the company is up 22% year to date because the market is rewarding them for where they're going at. At one time, they was solely focused on coal, right? And then they made a pivot, kind of like Intel. Intel made a pivot when they fired the CEO, brought in a new CEO, and now we see what's happening with that stock. Same thing with this company, ticker TECK. It made a pivot. It made some structural changes, paid down a lot of debt, and then wound up getting a lot of contracts for its copper because it pivoted to what's going on in today. So you got Freeport-McMoRan, you got Southern Copper, and you got Teck Resources. These are essential for somebody looking to play the copper play. Now, these won't be over the headlines all day, every day. Nope. These are going to be low performing. They're going to be low headline, high performing companies that's going to dominate the S&P 500. And so these are some of the stocks I say that we can sleep well at night on. And now I want to take you to the ETF that I want you to look at. Ticker symbol COPX. This is the copper miners ETF. Now, year to date, this stock is up 11.82%, which is really, really good. Now, 96% of it is in basic materials, and another 3.64% of this fund is inside of industrials. But let's look at the top 10 stocks it holds. Luden Mining, Freeport-McMoRan makes up 5%. BHP Corp make up 4%. Teck Resources make up 4.282%. Southern Copper makes up 4.88%. And I'm saying this because the same companies that we telling you to look at, that I'm talking to you about, are inside of this ETF. Now, the reason why I also think this is good, because watch this. This year is up 11%. Last year, it was up 108%. This tells you that anytime an ETF is up big like that in a year, that tells you that there is money to be made. And I don't want us to miss this moment. I'm not going to keep you long. I just want you to understand that the obvious is the Nvidia, the AVGO, the AMDs. They're obvious plays, and I get it. We got to hold those. But here's some sneaky plays that you can position in your portfolio and just sit back and relax and watch the money roll. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. I hope I gave you a lot of value in this video, man. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and tell us in the chat which one you like the most. Salute.